Okay. Okay. Can you see this arrow, Sakshi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So, what I'm doing right now is I am going to use augmented reality to, drive home certain points related to association causation, especially Hill's criteria. Augmented reality will use various graphics, and they'll try to superimpose on the real surroundings, right? So, let me start with the story that an outbreak has happened, and at the same time they are seeing some rare animals out in the city, and they're suspecting whether these animals are the causes for these outbreaks. Okay, so what they do, they want to test their theory. They bring in two people. Okay, they bring in two people, and they want to make some experiment with this. So they bring a frog, a giant frog, which was never seen before in the town, and they make this frog attack this particular person. Okay, so what? See over here, he has lost a piece of his skin, okay, just because the frog has attacked him, and this person is hale and healthy, right? So this frog attacks him again. Nothing happens. Nothing happens over here also, and for the final time it attacks. This fellow loses one more part of his skin. Okay, so two out of three times, the person on the far end, this person has lost skin. Okay, two out of three times. Whereas this person is all hale and healthy, nothing has happened to him. So this is what we call strength. Okay, where the chances of getting a particular event is higher if you are exposed to a particular factor. Here the factor was the frog. Getting exposed to that, his chances of getting the disease, that is the skin falling off, was higher. Okay, so that is called strength. Okay, next, they thought, okay, fine, might be we will have to expose this person to something else. So they found a giant butterfly. Okay, so they allowed the butterfly to bite him. He lost a bit of blood. Usually that's the scenario, right? If some giant thing bites you, you do tend to lose some amount of blood. So he lost it. Then they brought a giant caterpillar. It bit him. He lost some more blood. Okay, but nothing like skin. Okay, fine. Now they brought the same frog like that. Okay, and they made him attack the person. This person lost a piece of his skin. Okay, so it didn't happen when the butterfly attacked. It didn't happen when the caterpillar attacked. It happened again when this frog attacked this particular person. This is what we call specificity. Specificity means there has to be a single cause for a event to happen, and each event should have only one single cause. Rarely we get to meet this criteria. There are multiple causes, but yeah, in this case, it was the frog which was making it happen. So yes, there is some amount of specificity. Right? Next, they did the same study in multiple places. They did it in India, they did it in Pakistan, they did it in Afghanistan. Wherever they did it, they found out that these people were losing the part of their skin. It might be less, the effect might be a little bit less in Afghanistan, the only two you can see over here, but nonetheless, they all lost skin. Okay, so this means that there is consistency wherever you are going to do the study, whatever condition it is. If you are going to get the same result again and again, that is called consistency. Okay, next, they take the frog, they take the person, they allow him to bite this person. Okay, he lost a piece of his skin. Now they take out the frog, they throw the skin on him, hoping that the frog will come out on this side. The frog didn't come out. Okay, fine. That means that only the frog can give rise to this particular result, but not the result making the cause happen. This is what we call as temporality, where the cause has to precede the effect. This is out of all of the criteria given by Hill. This is the most important criteria, where it says that the cause has to precede the effect. It cannot come after the effect. Okay, yeah. Next, they wanted to kick it up to higher level, and they brought three frogs this time. They made him attack this poor person over and over and over again. While it was happening, he lost so much of his skin. Okay, what is happening over here? This is what we call biological gradient, something like dose response. The more you give the exposure to a particular cause, the higher the effect. Okay, dose response. The more you act, the more you expose, the more effective it will be. That's what it means. Okay, fine. Next, you take the same scenario again, but this time we are not going to allow it to completely attack. We are going to analyze this frog. We are going to expand it. We're going to magnify it and see what is happening here. Just look at this mouth. There is something stuck. Okay, there is something stuck over here, right? So these things are bacilli. They are stuck on this frog's mouth. And what is happening in this person's scenario is, if you look at it, there are holes in this person's skin. Okay, and through these holes the bacteria are entering from the frog, and that is what is making the effect of losing skin. Okay, so we have a theory over here. The biology suits perfectly. The theory related to biology suits perfectly. This is what we call biological plausibility. Okay, biological plausibility, it simply says that our theory related to biology is perfectly aligning with whatever it's already established. Okay, yeah. Now again, look at it. This frog is going to attack him, and it's such a short span, this fellow has lost the skin, right? So it's not just the biology we need to look into. There are so many other factors. How about the period of contact? It was such a small period of time where it attacked, and it came back. And within that time, he got so many ill effects. What about the physics? I mean, is it enough for the bacilli to stick on to the skin of this person? Or what about microbiology, where the bacilli, how are they surviving on the mouth of this frog? Okay, so my point is, it's not just the biology. There are so many other disciplines which we will need to corroborate before telling that, yeah, our theory holds good. Okay, of course the common sense also should matter. We will have to make sure everything is in alignment, but there is one single flaw in this thinking, that if we start depending on each and every subject to align with our hypothesis, might be we'll never do a breakthrough research. Just see what happened with Galileo. He knew he was right, he fought against the system, and yes, eventually he was right, even though he had to lose his life for that. Okay, next. This is called coherence, where you are trying to make sure that every single established subject is in line with your hypothesis, with your claim. Hypothesis means claim. Okay, so this disturbs the elderly people in the town. They come for a meeting. They are discussing how is this happening, but this fellow is very, very pessimistic about it. He doesn't want to believe that a frog is making all of these things happen. While he was talking, he observed that there was a small snail which was crawling on his skin. Okay, so looking at it, he got epiphany. He started thinking, yes, if an insect like snail can carry certain diseases, there is a lot of diseases which can be carried through snail. So might be this frog is a carrier, okay, and that's how it is giving rise to these diseases. This is what we call analogy, where you are taking example from some known event, from some known phenomenon, and you're trying to apply it over here. Okay, be careful. Overdoing this might lead to yeah, you being crazy. You cannot put analogy for everything, but yeah, this is how people get epiphanies and brilliant ideas. Archimedes and this eureka and all those things. Okay, so next, this person tries to put an end to all of these. Okay, the chief of the town, what he does, he brings the same person, and he brings a lot of frogs this time. So he makes them attack this person. Of course, he's gonna lose all of his skin. Okay, but he wanted to do an experiment on this person. But this sort of brutality is not allowed in present age, right? So we don't want to harm a person so much. There is another way to do it. What we can do is we can kill all the frogs and wait and see what happens. Does this person heal? Yes, he started healing, and eventually he healed completely. Okay, so this has proven our experimental evidence. So this is what we call experiment. If you can make an effect happen, by allowing the exposure to a particular cause, or if you can make an event happen by preventing the exposure to a particular cause, like what happened here, that is called experiment. Okay, which is very, very important, and that's what we do in the randomized clinical trials and all that. So this is how Hill's criteria has been put forward. Okay, so thank you. The thing with Hill's criteria is that it is not perfect. You need not make sure that every single uh, thing is met in that. Every single criteria need not be met. Okay, it's a list. Uh, if all of them are met, well and good. But no, I think till now only smoking and lung cancer has met most of these criteria. But yeah, not all of them. Imagine, not even a single factor has met all of these criteria. So yeah, it's a guideline. Okay, thank you. Any doubts? No doubts. What is experiment? Okay. If you can make an event happen, you know that there is a hypothesis which says that the frog made the skin go away. Okay, then bring the frog, put it on somebody, and see whether the result happens. That is experiment. Okay, I mean, yeah, that is brutal. That's why I said secession experiments, where if a person was exposed to frog bite multiple times, now you're going to bring him in and you're going to protect him and see whether the skin heals. That is cessation experiment. Smoking and lung cancer, or smoking and COPD. If you think that smoking is causing COPD, make this person quit smoking. Give him nicotine patch. Look for 3 to 4 months. If his COPD related symptoms comes down, that is again experiment. Just that this is a cessation experiment. Okay. Yeah. I think that's about it. Hill's criteria was not very nice. Yeah, trust me, Nirmanyu, I have been looking to create these augmented reality sessions for various topics, but even after 1.5 years of trying, this is the only topic where I could fit it. So, yeah, we will try. We'll try to keep doing this in different ways. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I think there are no more doubts. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.